guys, it's Miss Lassiter. We're going to look at multiplying fractions and have you take some notes on these type of word problems at home. So this first problem says Maurice has 3/4 a quart of chicken stock. He uses 2/3 of it to make some soup. So I'm going to draw a picture of this, and my first is going to be a bar. My bar is going to represent 1 whole quart of soup, and I'm going to split it into fourths because Maurice has 3/4 of a quart. I'm going to mark 3 of the 4 sections representing what Maurice has, and then it says that he used 2/3 of it to make some soup, and because it's already in 3 sections, I am just going to write soup in 2 of the 3 sections. So when I look at this picture, I can quickly answer the questions, how much chicken stock does he use to make the soup? Well, he used 2 of the 4 quarts, so he used 2/4, which equals 1/2 of a quart. How much chicken stock does he have left? That would be the section that just has an X in it, so it would be 1/4 of a quart. We can also look at this problem and see what the first question is asking. It says, how much chicken stock does he use to make some soup? Well, he uses 2/3 of what he has, and that translates into 2/3 of the 3/4 that he has, which multiplies to 6/12, which reduces to 1/2 a quart. And then the second one says, how much chicken stock does he have left? Well, he uses 2/3, so he has 1/3 of what he started with left, so that equals 1/4 of a quart. And you can see that the answers are the same, and one is just setting up a fraction problem, and one draws a picture to represent the problem. The second problem is somewhat similar to the first problem. It talks about Michelle has 4/5 gallon of paint. She used 3/4 of it to paint a door. So again, I'm going to draw a picture, and I'm going to have my bar represent the gallon of paint. And then I'm going to split it into fifths because Michelle has 4/5. So she doesn't have a whole gallon, but again, I'm going to mark what she has with my 4 X's, so that represents 4/5. And then it says of what she has, she uses 3/4 of it to paint a door. And there are 4 sections marked with an X, so then I'm going to write door on 3 of the 4. The question is, how much paint does she use? Well, for the door, you can see that it's 3 of the 5 sections, so this would be 3/5 of a gallon. And then how much paint is left? She has 1 X left, so that is 1/5 of a gallon. So that you can just, those answers you can get just from looking at your picture. I could do these problems with fraction multiplication also. How much paint does she use? Well, she uses 3/4 of what she has. And you can see the 4s are in common. We could divide both by 4, and we end up with 3/5 of a gallon. And how much does she have left? She has 1/4 left because she uses 3/4 of the 4/5 that she starts with. So again, you get 1/5 gallon, and you can see those answers directly correlate to the picture. This third problem is a little bit more difficult, not too much though. Len received some money for a vacation job. He saved 1/4 of the money, spent 4 nights of the remainder on a DVD, and spent the rest on a t-shirt. So again, I'm going to draw a picture, and this is going to represent all of the money that he had, and he spent 1/4, or he saved 1/4. So I'm going to write saved. So then there are 3 sections remaining. These 3 sections, they talk about 4 nights of that was on a DVD. So I only have 3 sections, so I'm going to be a little bit creative, and I'm going to split these so that each one is split into, so now I have 9 sections. I'm going to also continue these over here. So the original, the 1/4 is now equal to 3/12. So it says that of these that he spent, 4 nights went to a DVD. So I'm going to write DVD, 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 DVD. And then the rest is on a t-shirt. So I will put a t-shirt, just a T in there for each of those. Now the question is, what fraction of the money was spent on the DVD? So you can see there are 4 sections, but you have to do 4 of the total 12, which is 1/3 of the money. What fraction of money was spent on the t-shirt? There would be 5/12. I'm going to show you how to do the same problem with fraction multiplication. It says, what fraction of the money was spent on the DVD? Well, he saved 1/4, so that meant he spent 3/4. So he spent 4 nights of the 3/4 that he had on a DVD. If I multiply those out, I will see first of all that the 4s are both divisible by 4, so I get a 1. And the 3 and the 9 are both divisible by 3, so I get a 1/3. So I end up with 1/3 of his money was spent on a DVD. The second one, the fraction is more difficult, I think. It says, what fraction of the money was spent on the t-shirt? Well, 4 nights was spent on the DVD, so 5 nights was spent on the t-shirt of the 3/4 of the total money that he spent. And again, the 3 and the 9 can become a 1 and a 3, and I get 5/12 on the t-shirt. And those answers are the same as we got from just looking at our picture. This last example talks about Janice who picked some strawberries. She uses 3/5 of them to make jam. She gives 3/4 of the remainder to her neighbor. So I'm going to again do a picture, and I'm going to, the bar represents all of her strawberries, and I'm going to split it into fifths. And I am going to show that she used 3/5 of them to make jam. She gives 3/4 of the remainder to her neighbor. Well, there are only 2 sections remaining, so I'm going to split these in half. So the original 3/5 for the jam now looks like 6/10, and she gives 3/4 to her neighbor. So I'm going to put an N for neighbor, so giving 3/4 to her neighbor. Now the question says, what fraction of the strawberries does she give to her neighbor? Well, you can see 3 of the 10 have an N in them. So what fraction of the strawberries does she have left? You can see there is 1/10. Now, if I had done it without a drawing, what fraction of the strawberry does she give her neighbor? Well, she gives her neighbor 3/4 of the remainder. She used 3/5, so that means 2/5 was remaining, and she gave them 3/4 of them. When I multiply this, I get 6/20, which reduces to 3/10. Same answer as before from the picture. And what fraction does she have left? Well, of the 2/5 that were remaining, she kept 1/4 of them, so she has 1/4 of 2/5, which is equal to 2/20, which reduces to 1/10. And again, the answers are the same as from the picture. Hope you got some notes, and we'll talk to you about them in class tomorrow.